My name is Derek Lewis. I am a senior at North Carolina Central University. My major is recreational sports management with a minor in business. So what is sports science? Sports science breaks down the health of the human body during exercise. It also breaks down the health in sports and physical activity and the performance of a whole human body perspectives. So basically, sports science is another way for people to be involved in sports without actually playing the game. It's usually the people that breaks down a person's body, or it breaks down athlete's body to make sure they are risk of injuries, make sure they can perform on the field. So sports science, it breaks down athlete quickness, it breaks down the comparison to other athletes, and it breaks down the abilities for every player. So first, it breaks down the athlete's quickness. The whole point of sports science is to see how fast an athlete performs and breaks it down to numbers. So for example, in the video I'm going to show you later on, is a current football player named Julio Jones, who's one of the fastest receivers in the league. They break down how quick he moves based off time, measurements, how quick he goes from one direction to another. So basically, sports science is just another way to get involved in the game, just with numbers. Also, in sports science, it has its own show where it breaks down comparisons from one athlete to another. And like I said in the video, you'll see how they break down Julio Jones, who plays for the Atlanta Falcons, and Odell Beckham Jr., who plays currently for the Cleveland Browns. What they would do is, in sports science, they will break down how Julio Jones performance compared to Odell Beckham performance, and how each player is able to perform at a high level. So for example, Julio Jones, they'll talk about Julio Jones' hands and Odell Beckham's hands and why they are able to catch the ball easily and able to perform on the field. It also breaks down the person's abilities for every player. So for example, for Odell Beckham Jr., everybody knows that Odell Beckham Jr., who plays for the Cleveland Browns, had this big catch, a one-handed catch. It's probably one of the best catches in NFL history. Sports science will show how he was able to make that catch and break down the little aspects of him grabbing the football with just two fingers. So sports science just breaks down the numbers and the little stuff that you would never think about. So this is just a little picture of the accuracy test of a quarterback and how sports science breaks down how he's able to hit the target. And this is the ESPN Sports Science episode of Chad Johnson, who they show how he is able to catch the football. The benefit of sports science is pretty much the modern scientific knowledge of having fun in sports. It reduces injuries. It also is improve children, physical health, professional health, and senior citizen. So with the reducing injuries, people always ask, how do people always get injured, or how this person has an injury? In sports science, it will break down how the person's body turned the wrong way, or how the person's injury is so significant. So they'll break down why this person's knee was not able to perform, or why this player was not able to perform on the field with that injury. Also, it helps with children also, just not professional athletes. So children also can go out and play with certain injuries and make sure they can play safely. With sports science, they'll let you know what can that child do, and what can that even senior citizen do to able to stay exercised and stay in shape. So in professional sports, sports science plays a big role. So, for example, in the NFL, or the National Football League, they have this thing called the NFL Combine, which is the biggest performance for athletes to show their talents and show their abilities on the field before they even get picked by any organization or any football team. So what they do is sports science will show how athletes are able to break down their 40-yard dash, which they will run 40 yards on a football field to see how fast they are, how quick they are. They will do certain drills to see are they able to move a certain way. And with sports science, they'll break down every little aspect, how he made a good catch, or he made a cut, or anything like that. So that's the benefit of the NFL draft and how sports science is involved in professional sports. Also, in professional sports, sports science will have off-season training. So in off-season, most athletes train to get better for the season, but most athletes don't know how to train and also take care of their body. So with sports science and other organizations, they will show them how to train a certain way and also how to take care of their body with nutrition, treatment, and also how to stay injury-free most of the time. So with sports science, it should be included in everybody's organization or any team, any sports agency, anything like that, because it'll help the visual aspects of injuries, because most people don't like to read. A lot of people just like to see just the aspect of the injuries or how a player performs. It also helps the visual athlete perform outside of the field and or the court, and just keeping athletes healthy. That's the biggest thing in sports, is able to keep the athletes healthy. Thank you, and I'm glad you guys enjoyed my technology presentation. Thank you.